All right, excited to play at home again. Got back to work with our players and, went through the tape and have moved on. And, Middle Tennessee came back, had a heck of a win the other night. And, I think just last year had Missouri down to the wire. So these guys have been in these type of situations and very well coached with the SEC head coach, NFL defensive coordinator. That they're really sound in what they do. So we're going to need to prepare really well this week and play really good at home. So we look forward to the challenge. Hopefully our fans will show up. Re-looking at the tape, just thought our student section talking to our players was really good Saturday. So it'd be great if the whole stadium was like that.
Questions? Lane, how close was Jordan to being able to play this last weekend, and does his injury feel like something that could linger?
Well, we don't really discuss. I guess we're going to have to here in a few weeks with SEC rules now, but we're not there yet. So hopefully he'll play this week.
And do you expect Kiffin to be available this weekend?
I actually don't. This isn't a joke, actually. I actually did get a text this morning about the stitches that they thought were maybe going to come out. They're leaving them in longer, so I think he would just be walk only.
Lane, I know this is kind of a little bit about Saturday, but just a lot of the players talking about what they've seen out of Dart, just those 2 quarters. How do you feel that he can build off that heading on, the rest of this non-conference play with what he showed?
Well, it's just a half of football, and I reminded these guys, even though it's a different team, different season, you got to do it every week. And I think last year, he had a really big game, and we had a really big game on offense in the opener. And then I think week 2 went to Tulane and didn't play very well. So you got to play every week, and what you did before doesn't have anything to do with the next week. And so he needs to prepare really well, and we need to play well around him.
Lane, from a professional standpoint, how familiar are you with Derek Mason, having faced some of those defenses, I believe, in your USC, if I'm not mistaken, and then obviously South of Vanderbilt and Auburn?
Yeah, familiar with him. Does a great job, very sound. So I think that, just watching, he's a little hands-off, it seems like, and this coordinator does it seems like, and does a really good job. Did a great job in, the XFL, and they led in total defense, scoring defense, I think, and has a lot of NFL background and coordinator at the Cowboys and has done a lot.
You expect Q Lawrence to play this week? What's he going through?
I hope he plays. That's about all I got. Would be good to get him back out there.
How did the helmet, the helmet operation go, and did you find big advantage in using the iPads?
Yeah, I thought it was just a different game with it. Now, again, I think it's going to be neutralized because the defense has it and you have it. So, but it's just different. So it's extremely valuable. You got to be careful how much you're watching this. It's almost like screen time with kids. You're looking down at your phone and all of a sudden there's something third down on defense, a penalty, and I'm not looking to figure out what to do. So I actually found myself missing more defensive plays than normal with it. So, just got to get used to it. But it's very unique and a lot of stuff on there you can go through. Both sides of the ball, sideline and end zone. So it does change it. But again, I think it'll be neutral because everybody has it.
Lane, there's not a lot that we can talk about the first string defensive front, but I want you to comment on the second group, and basically Jamaris Brown. I thought he had a terrific game.
He did. Very powerful, explosive. Again, I know I keep saying it, our D-line's not looked like that, especially when we went to the 2s over our 4 years here, and it was exciting. Kyle asked at halftime he wanted to let the game clock run in the second half so it'd be shorter, because of the score, and I was adamantly against it because I wanted to see these guys play, You know, they worked really hard, really got a lot of good players all around, especially the linemen. So, you know, and the fans that stayed, I wanted them to, you know, get their full value of their ticket.
Now, after week one, how did you see the defense improve, and how much did the transfers contribute to that?
Well, again, we're going to play better opponents, and those guys had a lot of new players on offense, including losing their quarterback that was Conference Player of the Year. So this is a really good quarterback. This is going to present new challenges, but our transfers made a lot of plays. They were all over the place on defense. So not that I actually want to play more snaps of defense from a one standpoint, you know, because we'd love the score to go like it did, but, you know, they didn't. Like I said, most of them played in the 20s, you know, snaps. So there's a lot more football to be played, and they got to make sure they're in shape.
I think we asked you right after the game, just your assessment of the offensive line and some of those new pieces after watching some film.
Yeah, a lot of guys did a lot of really good things up front. It was really good to see. You know, they played really physical. Really almost everybody that was in there did, and regardless of the score, and that was a big challenge at halftime to, you know, not let the score dictate how they play and how physical they play, and I thought both sides did that. You know, you're watching guys really go after the ball, go after the opponent, and try to finish them, and you know, you're looking up and it's whatever, 60-something to nothing, and they're still doing it on film. So that was a really good first game, like I said last night.
If you had to nitpick it, do you have any concerns coming out of Saturday?
Yeah, I thought that we missed a few things in protection, you know, communication line and backs. I thought that, you know, we had some coverage issues where we allowed some people running open. You know, it wasn't about getting beat in, you know, man-to-man. It was about screwing up assignments. So those are things that will hurt us a lot down the road. You'll give up explosive pass plays and sacks.
Coach, I know Pooh Paul has missed a lot of camp, but Saturday night looked like he was mid-season form. Comment on his play.
Yeah, you know, obviously we've never played with him on our team, and so always respected playing against him. And he had had some injuries and things in camp, and he's trimmed down, and so it was awesome to see. And some people, you know, obviously, you know, in the sport, got to practice well, but some people just play a little better than they practice sometimes, and I think he's an example of that.
What do you think about him and Daugherty on the field at the same time?
Yeah, I like it. You know, Kyrie did a good job too, as well as Tyler. So look for those guys to all play, but they did play at the same time, and it looked really good.
Anything else from Coach? All right, thanks, guys.
All right, guys. Thank you.